Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Apex Racing TV for rounds 3 and 4 of the 2017 PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew Woodhouse, with Sam Kumo on the cameras. Alex Simpson should be joining us for the race, so we've got that to look forward to. Sebring is the venue for this one in Florida. We've been here a fair bit over the past couple of weeks. We had the BSR Formula Renault here, of course, last week for its inaugural round. Last week, also 2 weeks ago, also saw the inaugural round of this championship for us on Apex Racing TV, at least. From Laguna Seca, we had two exciting races there, and John Bonter it was who left Laguna Seca with the championship lead, 212 points for the Pushing Slightly Sideways team, which I really do enjoy that name. Oscar Mangan for Apex Racing UK, second, 19 points behind. And then the Fusion Racing duo, Paul Searle and Peter Smith. Greg Carr for Never Quit Racing in 5th. Jean-Philippe Bousselin in 6th for AOD. Victor Tanaka for Never Quit in 7th. And then Tobias Soltau for SimSync Pro in 8th. Rafael Kujajic for GTL VRT. And Petr Smialik also for the same team rounds out the top 10. Quite a few drivers with penalties as well. In the pro standings, it was Jean-Philippe Bousselin that is leading that separate championship, with Tony Klusterman in 2nd and Pete Bingham in 3rd. And in the AM team, Craig Barson leading the way with Victor Morajon in 2nd, Richard Brightwell in 3rd. The team's championship, Fusion Racing with Smith, Searle and Jones, 299 points ahead of Never Quit Racing, Tony Klusterman, Chris Jackson and Victor Tanaka, sorry, apologies for that, and 285 points, and then GTL VRT in 3rd. Right then, this is the first of the 2 races here tonight. We have a sprint race, and then of course we have the feature race later on as well. Qualifying just in a bit of a lull now, because what happens is the top I think it's 15 drivers, isn't it? We'll get a second shot at pole position in the Super Pole round. That will be getting underway, in just a couple of moments' time. Currently, the standings in qualifying read as Will Tregurtha is on pole position by an astonishing half a second, 2 minutes 6.045 ahead of Petr Smialik, and then Tony Klusterman. Peter Smith in 4th ahead of Rafael Kujask in 5th. Farouk Manzar in 6th with John Manley 7th. 8th for Dave Janssen. 9th for Jean-Philippe Bousselin. And then Martin Gadzinski rounds out the top 10. So, yeah. Top 10 are going to go again then for qualifying. Quite close between... I'd say it's fairly close at the battle for sort of 2nd to 5th. I think in order to get ahead of Will Tregurtha, I think there's going to have to be a special lap from some of the other guys, but go through races Ginettas. Well, he's putting his knowledge of the tin tops to good use.
Just wanted to chip in there very quickly. Hello, good evening to everybody. Sorry for being a bit tardy, still just sorting myself out here, but yeah, just wanted to say looking forward to the Super Pole. Looks really, really good, and I think the best thing about Sebring is once you've got yourself into a bit of a rhythm and you've got that sort of Super Pole place locked in, you kind of like release yourself. So actually, I think the Super Pole will be a bit closer, and the insane principle, of course, might go faster as well. But you know, let's hope and pray and see if it can change the order a little bit.
Because it is one of those tracks that we've seen in the past where yeah, you just want to get a banker lap in. You know, you don't want to make any mistakes, because it is quite easy to make a mistake. Very bumpy surface, some quite high curves in places. Also, some just very tricky corners. The last corner, Sunset Bend, is, for me, at least one of the most evil corners there is in motor racing, and it's not an easy one to do, especially on a qualifying lap.
Yeah, absolutely.
See a lot of drivers either hitting the wall on the outside or spinning into the inside of it.
Yep, so bumpy. Got to be really careful. Find the line that works with your car setup as well. Some people will allow the car to be a bit more forgiving over the bumps, while others will be wanting the car to be a bit more planted, so it's got a good change of direction through sort of like the first couple of sectors here. So many different ways you can go with a setup.
I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I do like the drivers having to wait at the end of the pit lane. The top 10 just being, told to come out into the lane and really wait for their opportunity at Superpole. I think it's really exciting. I think it does add to it quite somewhat. We missed the Superpole in Laguna Seca due to some technical difficulties. Yeah, here we're definitely going to see the best drivers in this series really going hell for leather, seeing whether they can be the one who starts on the front of the grid. Be a 30-minute race, this first one, and then we will have a break, so there will be a break of about 45 minutes before the second Superpole session that we're going to bring you. So don't go anywhere. Well, you can go to other places if you want. Go and have some food. Go and I don't know, take the dog for a walk, something like that. Leave YouTube on, leave Apex Racing TV on, and then when you come back, you'll have the second race as well. So that will be coming up later on at about. That'll be 8 o'clock. Will be the race, but Superpole should be about 7:45 GMT.
I believe we're also going to bring some selection and some highlights from the Road Pro series as well in the intermission, just to keep everybody entertained.
So even more of a reason not to go anywhere. Then you get to see the Road Pro series, which I have to say was one of the best series that I've ever covered, and it was a complete and utter joy to watch those races and to commentate on them. The standard of driving was excellent. We really saw some of the best drivers in the world going at it and really making their claim for the iRacing World Championship. So the anticipation is actually killing me. Come on, guys, I want to get going. I want to see the qualifying, and just as I say that, the green light is on for the second part of qualifying, this 10-minute session. Peter Smelek, the first man out of the pit lane. Peter Smith, following him, Rafał Kaczarski. Again, I do say to some of these drivers, if I am butchering your name, please tell me, and I won't take offence. Let me know what the right pronunciation is. Because remember, the series is new to us as well. We are probably the OG broadcasters of V8 Supercars here on iRacing. At least that's how we started, 2012.
I was just about to say that's where it all started for us. A bit of V8 Supercar, really.
Yep. The ARL V8 Supercar series. That was on a Saturday morning, Saturday lunchtime for us in England. And yeah, we saw some great driving, we saw some great drivers taking part over the I think it was 3 years, was it, that ran for?
I think it was 3 years. I was talking to Brenton about it, because obviously Brenton and I did the Sim Racers Asia broadcast this morning, and Brenton did a fair bit of that series back in the day. And I said, oh, we're doing a V8 Supercar League, and he chuckled. He's like, oh, what time is it? And I was like, oh, it's 6 o'clock our time. He's like, stuff that, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So at least you know that the Aussies aren't going to come and play.
Yeah, because we should all be very worried if they do, because nobody masters these V8 Supercars quite like the Australians and the Kiwis. Now then, let's I'm going to go on board here with Peter Smelek, and we're going to see what a fast lap of the Sebring circuit looks like. So you've got to really wind up through Sunset Bend. You take a bit of a wider line in qualifying. You've got the maximum run to the line. Nearly loses the car there. That's just how tricky this Holden Commodore is to drive. Over the line he goes then. You've got to go right over to the right hand side. Do not clip the wall. We've seen many drivers clip the wall on the way in the past. Down a couple of gears. Let the car roll through turn 1. Then all the way over to the right hand side for the tight turn 2. Don't want to hit the curve on the inside too much. You can hit that one on the right that we just seen. Same principle with turn 4. We'll get the best exit towards the hairpin. Now, long acceleration zone here. It is an overtaking opportunity on this circuit. It's one of the better ones. Braking even before the fourth cone, such as the V8 Supercar, and how difficult it is to get stopped. It does rotate very well in the slow corners. I threw the hairpin nicely. And now still fighting the car in third and fourth gears. Hard on the brakes again into this right-hander. Like a 90-degree right-hander. Then through the left. The flat-out section. Then another slightly tighter right-hander. It does open slightly on the exit. You can get on the power quite early. Now this is one of my favourite parts of the course. You flat through these two kinks here. Nearly flat. And then it's medium speed right. Oh, it's got a bit wide. You might get away with it. Then left. You just use the curve to pull you around. Then the right-hander leading onto the back straight. And he's actually aborted the lap. There must have been an off-track for Smalek. Realised he wasn't going to improve. A few drivers actually giving up on the lap. Let's follow Peter Smith through Sunset Bend. A bit wide in as well. Might be able to get on the power early. Hugs the tightest line for the shortest route. Oh! Fighting the car all the way around. Over the line, he does not improve. He's quite a way off actually. Quite a way off, and still the pole position of Will Tregurtha stands. Tregurtha's still in the pit lane. He's not even going out for this qualifying session. No, he had to leave for a little bit, for a few minutes at least, but yeah, not even back in time for the qualifying. I hope he doesn't come back to bite him, at least from his point of view. Good lap by Farouk Manzari, moves up into fourth position. Excellent lap there by Farouk. 206.611. Don Manley's on the lap as well. He was 8th. See what he can do as he runs a bit wide through the first sector. That's the DRS detection point, which will be used for the Formula 1 races here. So I say the iRacing Grand Prix Series races, if I'm going to be completely accurate. Don Manley down to the hairpin. And he gives up that one as well. Not having best of luck with the drivers I'm following here. Dave Janssen up in 7th. Just improved his time. Improved by nearly 0.2 of a second to leapfrog John Manley. Janssen looks like he's pushing pretty hard out there. He didn't have the best race at Laguna, the best meeting. Didn't pick up any points, and actually got 10 points rescinded due to a penalty. So Dave is on actually minus 10, as are some of the other drivers out there. Any penalties will take away some points. Well, you've got to be really careful, because the points, they're not astronomical like the ones we see in the BSRTC. John Bonter did pick up 212 points for his win, but they do drop quite sharply after that. What I think points should do, to be honest. I think you should have to fight to score any in the first place. But through goes Tony Klusterman. Then he's on a lap. Sunset Bend. Really got to be patient with this corner. You're either going to just understeer wide into that outside wall, or you're going to turn the car around. Klusterman, Canada, comes over the line. 207.1, he doesn't improve, but he will have time for another lap if he does want one. Might have time for a couple, actually. Klusterman, let's see what he can do. Now he attacks this first sector. Oh, back end stepping out. He fires the car down the straight. Well, it's not really straight, is it? But into the hard braking. Hairpin. Fairly neat and tidy at the minute for Tony Klusterman. Try not to get an off track. It's so easy to do here. Through these two kings, flat out. Get the car straightened up, hard on the brakes, don't clip the grass on the way in. A good job there. Neat and tidy. Oh, has he aborted? He has. Well, it did look neat and tidy. Obviously, it wasn't fast because Tony Klusterman's decided to knock that one on the head. Rafał Kucharski now, number 50. On his fast lap, he's trying very hard. You see the back end of his Holden Commodore stepping out. See how he copes with this final sector of the course. Now, looks pretty neat. Quite neat. On the curb, on the outside. Yeah, he's okay there. No, he's not. Oh dear. Obviously, he's decided it wasn't fast either. Track temperature is 40 degrees Celsius though. I wonder if just the running of qualifying and practice combined, bear in mind it was a 3-hour practice session, just slowing the track down potentially a little bit in this late stage of qualifying.
I think it's probably a case of everybody just pushing to their absolute limit at this point. So we've got nothing to lose out there. They're not going to drop down anymore. So we still have out there.
Peter Smith still.
Yes, but now Peter was in the academy for a little bit. He's very, very strong driver, and yeah, doing well at the moment with 206.6. Let's see if he just needs half a tenth of a second, and he'll jump up into fourth. So not much to find, just a little bit, and he's looking at the second row.
Don't think he's been able to put his hand down the back of the sofa and find that extra half tenth though, Alex. I think he's having to abort this one.
Seems to be every time we swap up to somebody, they put it in. That looks like it. Mr. Tregurtha didn't head out at all. Just out there eating his chips still.
I think he probably is. Probably is just, yeah, stuff in his face. No wrong with that. He best come back quickly though, because it'll soon be time for the race. He's only got about a minute and a bit. Otherwise he won't make it to the grid.
He's on the chat, so he's there.
Although, of course, there is a little bit of time, isn't there? Because there's still the overrun of the 3 minutes at the end of the qualifying. So, if anybody is still left on the lap, I don't think anybody is. I don't think anybody just crossed the line before the checkered flag. So, we will take you through the starting grid then for round 3 of the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. Will Tregurtha takes pole position in his first race of the season. 206.045. Petr Smialek is who's 10th in the championship at the moment. Will make up the front row alongside him. Tony Klusterman is 3rd with Farouk Manzar in 4th. Peter Smith in 5th with Rafał Kucharski in 6th. Dave Jansen was 7th with John Manley in 8th. Jean-Philippe Boussalan 9th and Martin Gadzinski 10th. 11th for Samuel Roth. 12th for Daniel Tomsic. Tobias Soltau in 13th. 14th for Greg Carr, 15th for Stephen Phillips, Sasso Prosen, that's a familiar name to us from the old IndyCar series that we used to run, 16th place, Richard Brightwell in 17th, 18th Paul Searle, 19th Chris Jackson, 20th was Jason Palmer, 21st Mikhail Engberg, Yevgeny Semerjev in 22nd, Victor Morozhon 23rd, Stefan Reinders 24th, Karsten Pietschmann in 25th, Peter Bingham 26th, 27th for Vit Solomon, 28th for Samuel Buzin, 29th for Clyde Whiting, Kim Holter in 30th with Ben Gelite in 31st, 32nd for Alec Kowalski, Phil Bedford was 33rd, Igor Benvik in 34th, 35th Gareth Jones, Robert Lundgren in 36th, excuse me, Jose Borges in 37th, Sam Watley 38th, 39th Matthew Coleman, 40th Arnulf Köhler with Frank von Borstel in 41st, Ronald Moons 42nd, Martin Brandon, a former BSRTC driver, in 43rd, and Anthony Woodward will start at the back, if at all, Alex.
It didn't set a time, so I guess we'll have to see.
We will indeed. We're not far away from that, actually. It looks like a tough track for these cars, though, doesn't it? Because it's a lot of direction changes and heavy braking. That's not really what this car likes.
I think every track is a tough car for the V8 Supercar, is it not? I know it's a lot more drivable now than it was, you know, back in the day. But yeah, it's a beast. It's a handful. You know, it's you don't drive this car expecting to have an easy afternoon out there. So.
I thought you were going to say you don't drive this car; it drives you, because that's about what we get, isn't it?
Some sense. But yeah, it doesn't matter where you go, it's always a tough challenge. Do you remember we did that special event in the V8 Supercar where they went around Charlotte, the Oval?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was extremely exciting, but also a massive handful for them all to deal with. So, but that was a whole load of fun, that was.
That was a cracking race, wasn't it? I quite enjoyed that. Yeah, Alex is going to be joining me for race 1 of the evening. He's got other commitments, unfortunately, for the BSR Kia Cup, isn't it, tonight? At
indeed.
8 p.m. is that?
That's the one. Yeah. Sadly, poor old Dave Christie's PC blew up on him, so we're this morning, so left us very little time to organise it out. So yeah, after this one, I'm popping over, and then you're doing solo duty for this one. So
that was quite an interesting visual, though, of Dave Christie just sat at his PC and then it was exploding. But poor Dave. If it wasn't because Ash Blake Hood's PC knackered itself a few weeks ago as well, didn't it? So.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to be a commentator or broadcaster of Apex Racing TV at the moment. We're dropping like flies. So.
That is the curse of the commentator. Right. Hope none of these drivers are cursed in this round 3. 30-minute race here at Sebring, so it should have about 14 or 15 laps to look forward to. So Alex, I know you love this track. Quite enjoyed it now myself, actually, after learning it properly and everything like that. It's you can see why it has its reputation.
That's the thing, you got to learn it, you know. Once you learn it, that's when you start to love it. The flow is just amazing.
Right then. See if these cars can flow into in the first corner, okay, without any incidents. I'm not going to hold my breath, but as it is the V8 Supercar, we'll see.
Let's say 44 V8 Supercars going down into turn 2. That's going to be the bottleneck. That's going to be the one to keep an eye out on.
Okay then. Just a few seconds now, and the red lights will be coming on for round 3 of the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship here on Apex Racing TV. Get ready for some noise. 44 V8s are going to burst into life. Now as the green light is on, it's a decent start by Triggetha, but it was a better one from Smalek. But also, look at that from the second row, Tony Klusterman, he's already past Triggetha. Contact between Triggetha and Smalek into the first corner. They both survive it.
I'm not sure who that was about 6 rows back, but he came into turn 1 like he was on a...
crash in the middle. It was, I think it was Sasso, not Sasso Prosen, was it? Might have been Sasso Prosen. One of the cars around him. Greg Carr, I think it was. Sasso Prosen and Greg Carr coming a cropper there. So, leading then, Tony Klusterman. Then it's Will Triggetha. Third is Peter Smialik. Halfway through the first lap. Apologies for the silence, but some technical issues here, unfortunately. Tony Klusterman leading. Then it's Triggetha.
Further back, see who else is going on as well. Some good battles. Jean-Philippe was having he's looking at a battle just ahead of him between John Manley and who that was just ahead of him, sorry.
I'm not sure either. Got some real issues here, so I'll be back in a minute or so.
As Tregurtha has a look up the inside, chance for the lead. Gets his nose just chopped off a little bit there, Tony Klosterman. Aggressive in his defence. Tregurtha gets out of it as well. Good driving from both of them as well. Good hard defending, but of course Will obviously not trying to push the case too much there and taking both drivers out.
Yeah, because I mean that would be a disaster on the second lap of a 30-lap race, 30-minute race, sorry.
What it is doing is keeping the field nice and close together though as they're battling.
Have we actually got the championship leader here today, John Bonter? I can't remember reading his name.
Oh, jeez. Will all over the place right now, desperate to get by. Tony just looks like he's keeping the car underneath him, really. Will definitely looks like the quicker of the two.
Was half a second quicker in qualifying.
Through the sector, very flowing, very nice, onto the back straight. So important to pick up the inside curve there. Tony misses it, but Will doesn't really get on the power, so it's going to come down to the draft whether or not they're going to be a move down into sunset. This closing. I think he's just a little bit too far back. Maybe trying to throw it around the outside, see if he can line something up for turn one. Only have been sort of pinched to the inside. That's probably where it's bumpiest, hardest to get the power on there. Will still can't get past, looking one way, looking the other, up the inside now, just has his nose on the inside. Tony's going to really struggle to keep it round the outside, but Will just perhaps a little bit tight, might not get the exit speed here. They're still side by side. This is great battling. Third place just waiting and looking, see what happens. Maybe he thinks he can get two at one at some point. Oh, they're so close in turn two again. Rubbing bodywork, still side by side. Oh, and the inevitable has happened. Tony's around, contact, very light but just enough. Pure hard racing out there. Don't know what the stewards are going to think of that. I would say when you're side by side for four corners, you can't do it, can't call it anything else but a racing incident, but who knows. But yeah, Tony's going to have to work his way back towards the front now.
It's always a difficult one when two cars racing so closely together. Klosterman this time coming off worst. Where's that dropped him down to? About 12th, isn't it? Yeah. So his race is ruined, but I mean it was a great battle.
Just sort of having a little look at it from some different angles, really, just to sort of see what went on while the broadcast is carrying on. And I have to say, there's probably half a foot to the left, maybe a foot to the left of Will. Could have closed in there as well, but Tony also turned in. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I'm not going to say either party is completely innocent or completely at fault there. And but yeah, it was great to watch just for those 30 seconds of thrilling action. I don't think the race is over though.
Now we'll see if Will Tregurtha can make that qualifying pace. Oh, he's very slow in the middle of Sunset Bend. Malek almost ran into him. Now what can he do? Can he draw alongside the English driver into turn one? No, he can't. Does Tregurtha have much experience in this V8 supercar to your knowledge, Alex? There might be a move for the lead here. No, there isn't.
Not that I know of, to be honest. So just jumps in from car to car. Obviously, a lot of sort of GT style and racing, real life as well. Obviously, Janetta going to race GT4 this season. Klosterman down to 10th place after the contact as well, by the way, just ahead of his teammate. So I'm pulling away. Got Paul Searle just ahead of him, and then there's a bit of a gaggle up front. So I feel like he can get back to that as well. So he can still get a strong result here, even with this nearly 7 minutes of this race gone already.
I know we tend to say it every week, but how good does our livery look on this on any car really? But most on the V8 Supercar with those black headlights, pretty nice.
Of course, we're very unbiased, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
I just
got to point out the obvious at times.
There's only one Concord winner this week, if we're voting for it.
Oh, gosh.
Peter Smith starting to close in a little bit as well. Gap down to sort of 0.7 of a second or so. Last time across the line, looks like it's about the same so far this lap. Using all the track down a bit more as well. Gets a great line off of the corner.
Oh, got a really good battle shaping up for P8 between Jean-Philippe Bousselin and Paul Searle. Bousselin the highest placed Ford. Really a Holden dominant championship. Bousselin coming under a lot of pressure from Paul Searle. He's third overall in the championship. Bousselin's sixth for the first race meeting.
It's funny, really, isn't it? Like you say, the different.
Look at that. Look in front of them. Jarzik going through on Gadzinski, and they're teammates, aren't they? So that's the other way around. That's Gadzinski going through.
Fair bit of damage there on Jarzik's car. Look at the sort of the left-hand side of that, and left rear as well. So
might make sense to this.
Don't quite know where that's happened, but he will want to stay tucked in with his teammate if he can.
I think it's just making sense for them to send the healthy car up the road and maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Or is he going to have a look? Have a go? No, he's just blocking, isn't he?
Yeah,
blocking off it. It doesn't help that his teammate keeps making mistakes, so he's trying to help him get away, and he's just not getting away, is he?
No, he's going to lose the place here as well.
Bousselin is trying to muscle his way through. And that team strategy has failed miserably, hasn't it, really? But that's because the driver who's being let through just didn't get his head down and get up the road, did he?
That's it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if there was.
Look at this in front of them. Sorry, mate. I keep cutting you off, but Farouk Manzar, Peter Smith, and Dave Janssen are pretty much all side by side, nose to tail, and joined together at the hip almost. Terrific battle this between three Holdens. You've got Fusion Racing in there. You've got you have got Never Quit Racing, and you've got Dave Janssen's team, which is Slingshot Sim Racing.
Yeah, nice little mix of teams. That's what we want as well.
Might be the
differences in the line through Sunset Bend as well. What's going on behind there? Still sort of as they are. Nothing's changed on there.
Well, it's one of the corners where you really can, isn't it? Take a different line to your opponent. Maybe make them make a mistake or catch them by surprise.
Front battle continues.
Oh. These very close battles, isn't it? Trubbertha and Smialek, 4 tenths. Manzar and Smith, 2 tenths. Janssen, no tenths. He's on the inside. If you can keep it, Alex, it's going to be difficult because he's now on the outside for this big kink. Might be able to have a go into the hairpin though.
Yeah, he just sort of fell in behind, didn't he? Maybe hoping to pick up the draft again. Defensive move for Smith. Comes up the inside, still makes the just runs tiny little bit wide, so costing himself a little bit of time, and then gets all out of shape and has to get out the gas. And well, you know, sometimes the pressure can be too much, and you don't necessarily have to overtake people to get the job done. Just pile that pressure on, and a little mistake like that.
Oh my God! Look at this. Sorry, look at this for 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, off goes Stephen Phillips. Sorry, mate, they were about 2 by 2 by 2 for a second there.
Still going on a bit further back.
Engberg and Phillips. side by side. Oh, it's very close, isn't it? That's the thing, it always amazes me, the drivers who are very skilled in the V8 Supercar can just race this thing wheel to wheel, just inches away from the other car, and you know, someone like me who struggles to even get the thing around the track, it's pretty amazing achievement.
Might be something going on a little further back. Yeah, we'll have to look at that replay. Ben Gillett there, is it? Just a bit of a late move, I think. Phil Bedford not particularly happy with how that one panned out. I'm sorry, I'm not sure it was him.
I don't think it was, it's on his own.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who that is, sorry. It was Benvick, sorry, I believe, who did that move. It was all that sort of area, so around about 25th place. It was just going into the second of the two hairpins. It was pretty late, I have to say.
He was all over the shop last week, though, wasn't he? Last race meeting. There you go. As it's getting very close between Rafał and Jean-Philippe out there. Rafał is looking really quick, actually, even with that damage. His car looks terrible. Oh, Busalan taps the back of Gadzinski's car, though, into the hairpin. Here comes Jazik.
Considering the damage on that car, it's really quick, you know. The car's taking an absolute pounding, so
maybe he shouldn't have let his teammate through after all, mate. He'd be quicker than him.
Battle just behind them as well.
And Searle, side by side. This is Searle's third in the championship, and Klusterman didn't race earlier on.
That's going to move him back into ninth. He's got 3 cars ahead of him. And they're not too far up the road. There's some more as well, and they're all battling. So that's what I said earlier on. He's got a great chance, I think, here of you know, still maybe even getting a podium out of this. So depends how much time he's losing. Oh, he runs wide, and you can get a slowdown penalty there. So I'm not sure if he's got away with it. We'll see. Depends if he eases off on this back straight. I think he might have just got away with it.
Oh, we've got some contact. We've got a great battle going on for 33rd, 34th and 35th places. And back, 2 Apex cars in there, Academy cars. Anthony Woodward is in there, Matthew Coleman, Robert Lundgren and Arnulf Köhler. And this is, we thought we'd give some love to the back of the field, because these are the mid-30s positions, Alex, and they're going hammer and tongs.
It doesn't matter where you're racing, if there's cars to race out there, you've got to give it your best, haven't you? So
that's it.
Awesome to see him going, that's it.
Driving nicely as well. Oh, as the car at the back of the field, Köhler.
Woodward as well has got a good run. He's going to be by and clear, I think, even before they hit sunset.
Yeah, he's through. Is Köhler going to have a look at the inside of Lundgren? He is. Oh, ever decreasing space for him to go into there. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh, no, he hasn't. Just about. Almost ended up in the pit lane entry. Brilliant battle. We've also got a great battle on for 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. And that's Igor Benvick. Oh, who's sideways all over the place. Phil Bedford, Carsten Pleachman, Greg Carr and Jason Palmer. They can do into the hairpin, or out of the hairpin, shall I say.
Bedford wants that place back after he felt like a bit of a dive gone in there, maybe.
He goes wide, gonna bother him.
Having a little scan, see what's going on a bit further ahead, because Tony Klusterman's moved himself up another spot. The next man on the radar for him, Busalan.
Klusterman's really going to be hoping to make amends, isn't he? For not make amends as such, but recover.
Oh, he's giving it everything as well, sideways there, coming out of turn 1. Yeah, I'm sure he feel like, hasn't had time to review that instant yet, so he'll feel like he's probably been a little bit hard done by at this point. Oh, look at this as well, way down, 13th, 14th, 15th. This might be some back markers involved in here as well, I'm not 100% sure. But all of a sudden, just everyone checking up through the first sector, but another great little pack.
I think it's all for position, mate, to be honest.
There's one back marker just sort of gone to the, just pulled over.
So it's Stephen Phillips, Chris Jackson, Simon Roth, Daniel Thompson, Mikkel Engberg, Stefan Reinders is in there as well.
Yeah, so all the way down to the sort of 17th place. Like White in behind will just be hoping that these guys continue to battle. Still half a second off the last lap, so he's going to pick the pace up if he's going to get there. Coming under a bit of pressure himself. Worth pointing out, just as we spoke about it, the gap at the front's up to 1.8 seconds last time by, so Will slowly starting to pull away now.
Just getting...
Oh, sorry guys, Klusterman going past Busalan right now. Oh, trying to. Busalan's got the better of the exits. Down and towards Sunset. It's going to be a late move. Just a little bit of room given through Sunset. Different lines through there. Klusterman's going to have the inside. He's going to get the position, but won't quite get the exit. Oh, he's all giving it large out there. You see that little wiggle. Holds on to it. That's a great move. I have to say, I think Busalan was perhaps just a little bit too fair. Went a little bit too wide through Sunset. Still on the inside, and Tony's been here already before, side by side for 3 or 4 corners, and yeah, fortunately, actually gets that move finished on the exit there.
Yeah, Tony's pushing hard, trying to recover through the field. See how far he can get. Still got Gadzinski in front of him, so yeah, we'll see whether he can make any inroads. I'm pretty sure I'll catch him, but if he can get through or not, that's another matter, as we know.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that podium position now. He's got to make 10 seconds up in 10 minutes. So, yeah, looking less and less likely.
Have a look at the front.
Oh,
extended.
Sorry, Andrew, he's absolutely clobbered him. Tony got it all wrong. Trying to donut the car around. And, yeah, well, that's not how to do it.
No.
Oh, and unfortunately on the chat he said, did it show for contact? Well, on our screen, most certainly did.
Who knows what's going on my screen, but it's not the matter. Gertha's extended his lead to about 2 seconds now, so Smellick, he doesn't really have anything for him. Not yet anyway. With about 8 minutes left. No, it's going to be still going to be a good finish, I feel, but all hinges really on whether Smellick can actually his pace. A couple of tenths here, a couple of tenths there, but again, as you see, when you try and increase the pace, especially in something like the V8 Supercar, you really can make mistakes. This car is so easy to make mistakes, and we've seen that even in the last, few minutes.
Yeah, very easy. The tyres obviously start to go off, things like that as well. Be interesting to see what happens when this car gets the new tyre model. Everybody currently raving about the new Porsche GT3 Cup car and the tyre model on that, and how the tyres sort of come in and go out and all over the place. So rather than just being very hot and the grip falling off, so this is what the V8 Supercar needs really. So you can, you know, push hard and not have them fall off the cliff.
40 degrees track temperature out there, so it's time to be slightly careful, I think. Not too bad out there for a lot of these drivers. Peter Smith's on his only fourth. Fruit Manzar's going to be on the podium here as it stands. Qualified fourth, he's had a good race, third.
Yeah, he's in the middle of no man's land, isn't he, at the moment, Manzar? But do you know what? Sometimes you have races and you think, well, I'm on a podium, I'm happy enough with that.
I think most of the time, I think you definitely take a podium.
Just when you've got no pressure from behind and the thing at the front.
I think if the first round of the World Championship, mate, comes and somebody goes, oh, you know, we'll give you a podium, snap their hand off for that, won't you?
Yep, most definitely.
That's it. Kohler up the inside of Lundgren. I think contact is there. I'm not sure. Like an abstract Picasso painting for me, so I'm not sure, but I think it was Lundgren who got hit slightly by Kohler. Still battling away. 35th and 36th places. Still side by side actually here. Now Kohler's in front and he can set off after Robert Lundgren, who's just getting to little.
Not really been anything between these this little group all race long. They've sort of exchanged positions a few times, but no one able to really break away.
No, and I think that's the thing, is it get into these little groups and you end up being in the rhythm of the cars in front and behind, don't you? Because you just all end up sort of continuing to lap at that pace sometimes, especially with a car like the V8s where it's so big. You've really got to be decisive when you make an overtaking move as well. There can't be any half measures.
Smooth though. Coleman, under a bit of pressure and very, very close through sunset. Might be able to hold it, just took a little bit too much speed. Get on the brake halfway through at the corner and just look at the speed that he's lost off the exit. And yeah, good move.
You're going to be able to not going to be able to get anywhere near him into turn one.
Dave Jensen seems to be closing back in on Pete Smith here as well. You did that last week, didn't you?
What?
Paul
Smith. No, it was Adam, wasn't it?
Oh.
It was Adam. We can blame Adam anyway because he's not here.
But yeah, looking like that might be a little battle on there. Look at the lap times last time by half a second quicker, you see. So yeah, Pete's going to have to pick it up, or he's going to come under a bit of pressure, I think, in the closing laps of this race.
The same thing has happened at the very front as well, Alex, between Tregurtha and Schmalik.
Yeah, 4 minutes left to go.
Half a second quicker was Schmalik 2 laps ago. This lap, 0.6 of a second quicker.
Yeah. So
only 1.1 now.
Even the tyres can play out.
I definitely can.
Yeah, looking good right now. So a great lap time, 2:08.3. These guys really are flying compared to the rest of the field. It is fair to say, but that's a particularly good lap.
Nice lap there, 2:08.3. Manzars did a 2:08.6 in clean air. That's pretty good. Nobody else really troubling that. Guys at the back doing. Gadzinski's had a slow lap. He's been down to 29th place as well. Was he the one who was hit by Klosterman? I just couldn't see a thing, to be honest.
Yes, he was. Yes, sorry.
Malik closing in ever more on Tregurtha as well. Now under a second, I would wager.
2 more laps to hold on. So yeah, we're gonna have a battle here.
Oh, Gadzinski pitted. Okay.
He got hit pretty hard, so I'm not surprised. Probably had some damage out there.
Had to pit, so he's come out in 29th. He was side by side with the car just now. I think that's Kim Holter, possibly, who just got past. Next victim for him is Gareth Jones, but that's about 3 or 4 seconds up the road, so he might not get that one done in the 3 or so minutes we have remaining. Smellick is very close now to Tregurtha. He's just holding back in, lap by lap. We said if he picks up his pace by a couple of tenths, Alex, he's done that by much more, over half a second the last 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, looking good, and good run into sunset. Different lines that the 2 drivers are taking. We'll definitely opt in for the very tight line and away. Looking to carry the more momentum through the corner and drive off of it. Slightly flatter in the middle there. Turn 1, another very, very bumpy corner, and again, very different different lines. But yeah, this race is officially on. Half a second as they cross the line.
Where's he going to make the move though? Where do you think is the likely place?
Well, I don't know, he's got a couple of laps to get it done really, so he's not got long. You know, you can perhaps feel Will out this lap, see where he really is struggling the most. If it's a heat issue with the tyres, and I'll say perhaps into some of the heavy braking zones, put Will under a little bit of pressure and see, you know, if anything comes off of it.
He's close coming out of the hairpin. He's really giving it his all. Didn't have a great run out of the slow corner though, I must admit.
No, Will definitely stretched his legs just a tiny little bit there.
Well, it looks faster in this middle and last sector of the course though. Half a second is the gap. This PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship here on Apex Racing TV from Sebring in Florida.
This is whether or not they're going to make it through or not. At this point,
another lap. I don't think they are.
Very close. Oh, you never know with these timed races. Look what happened earlier on in Sim Racers Asia. You know, the countdown finished and they were on the back straight, and it still let them do another lap. So you never can tell. We'll wait for the call from the race official, which is Mr. Kumo. In there, he'll give us the indication of when that white flag comes out.
They are into Sunset Bend.
Oh, it's going to be close on the timing here.
I think the race is finished. This is the last lap. This is the last corner. And Will Tregurtha is going to come across. He's going to win.
Yeah, good race. Held on there. What's going on further back? Anzar comes across. No problems at all in third.
Performance.
Smith holds on from Janssen.
Jajic and then Busalan 7th, 8th is Searle. Phillips going to hold off Roth, I think. Yeah, he is, yeah. Quite comfortably as well.
Enberg having a look. Not going to get there.
Oh, this battle behind is pretty tasty though. Same battle we were watching before. It's actually Bedford and Kowalski actually. It's the same teams going at it. Oh, and 3 wide
three
actually
wide.
with not sure who that is, I'm sorry. Jones? I think it's Jones, isn't it? Who's going to get this one? I think it will be Gareth Jones. And then it is just Kowalski, Gadzinski and then Bedford. That was a great finish. They're still battling out there, Alex, even in the last few corners. Still guys battling. Martin Brandon and Jose Borges. If Borges can, I think he's just pitted actually, so
do something pretty special from there. One corner to go.
One corner to go.
Nice Vodafone livery though. Other mobile phone suppliers are available, of course.
They are indeed. Good note. Over the line. And Brandon takes 37th ahead of Borges. Then Frank von Borstel in 39th. Okay, I'm going to take you through the finishing order then. So Will Tregurtha takes his first win of the season over Petr Smialik by 0.8 of a second, just having enough on that final lap. Farouk Manzar, great performance by him to finish third ahead of Peter Smith, with Dave Janssen in fifth and Rafael Kucharczyk in sixth. Jean-Philippe Boussalan seventh, Paul Searle eighth, ninth for Stephen Phillips and 10th for Samuel Roth, 11th Daniel Tomczyk, 12th for Mikkel Engberg, 9 positions gained for him and 11 positions gained for Victor Morjon. Tony Kloosterman started third and finished in 15th. I think I missed out Stefan Reinders as well, it was 13th there, so sorry about that. Clyde Whiting 16th, 13 positions gained. Yevgeny Semerjev 17th, 18th Peter Bingham, 9th Ben Galite, 20th for Samuel Buzin, 21st for Gareth Jones, 22nd Alec Kowalski, 23rd Martin Gadzinski, 24th Phil Bedford, 25th Carson Peachman, 26th Kim Halter, then Sasso Prosen in 27th, 28th Igor Bembik. Jason Palmer was 29th ahead of Anthony Woodward, who started last. Tobias Soltau 31st, Robert Lundgren 32nd, 33rd Chris Jackson, 34th was Ronald Moons, Arnulf Kohler in 35th with Matthew Coleman in 36th, Martin Brandon 37th, Jose Borges in 38th, and Frank von Borstel was the final finisher in 39th place. Retirements: Sam Watley, John Manley, Greg Carr, Richard Brightwell, and Fitz Solomon did not take a start, Alex.
No, sorry, mute myself there. But yeah, good race. Not sure quite what we didn't see. Fit, good driver. Been around the service for a long time, so that's a shame. But yeah, good race there. Lots of battles, and what we like is the sort of tyre battles that bring it back together at the end of the race, you know. So what we needed was that one extra lap. If they'd have nipped through, maybe Will didn't want to go through that extra lap. Maybe that's why he was backing it up, so he didn't get that extra lap in. Who knows?
He also said it was his first V8 Supercar race.
Oh well, there you go.
Ever. There you go. That's an amazing talent.
Nice one to jump into.
And a great performance. So, okay, thanks for watching the first round of the evening here on the European V8 Supercar Championship. We will be back in about half an hour's time for race 2 of the evening, round 4 of the season. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and watch some highlights from the iRacing Road Pro Series. We will see you at 7:45. 5 different winners so far this season. Will we get a 6th? Boy, it's going to be an exciting race. Now we're getting ready for the start here in Belgium. And we're away as the green light is on. It's a brilliant start by Fluke. He's already taken the lead. And he's going to be in the lead into La Source. He's already usurped Mac Backham towards Eau Rouge for the first time then. Up the hill at Radion, over the crest. Mac Backham in the slipstream of Jamie Fluke. Can the Quanta Sim Sport driver take the lead back into Lecombe?
Looking to the inside already. Here he is, and up the inside, and he's got the lead back.
Daniel Vensing is third, fourth Marcus Jensen, fifth Frick Chatos. A terrible start from him off the front row of the grid. Chembo Lukbasi is in sixth, Xiao in seventh, and Giuseppe Ragusa in eighth. The Ensign has lost it at the chicane. Oh, and Gott's twitching his car again coming out of the bus stop chicane. Really struggling for traction. And he's clobbered his Van Ballo. Something happened to Chembo Lukbasi. He crashed with Frick Chatos and Zhao Vaz. Chembo Lukbasi and Frick Chatos and Zhao Vaz all ending up in a bit of a heap.
Dan Bensing is into the pit lane as well for a scheduled stop, it looks like.
This has to be the attempt at the undercut then.
I think Jamie Fluke should be able to get it done. Yeah, he is. Jamie Fluke's away with Daniel Bieder just between both of those guys, between Jamie Fluke and Dan Bensing.
Car's jacked up for Backham. He's down, he's away. Very nice stop.
Here comes Fluke. Jamie Fluke might take the lead here.
Well, he should have DRS here then. So through the compression at Eau Rouge, over the hill at Radion. Don't cut the course. Backham wasn't banking on it being this close. Retains the lead for now. Fluke, he's operating very nicely at the moment. Right under the rear wing of Mac Backham. Now let's see what Bollock Bassi has with the DRS then. Let's see what sort of power he has in that Radicals machine. The answer is none at all. Oh, and here comes, I'll tell you who has got some, it's Balasheminik, he's on the inside.
That's both of them, so up to 11th.
Oh, off goes Fluke. Fluke's made a mistake. And here comes Daniel Vensing.
He's got the run, Fluke has to cover the inside line, so he's worried about it, and he might go around the outside here, Vensing, but Fluke again, late on the brakes, able to hold on for now.
Oh, crash! Gosh is gone.
Oh, and round the outside he goes. Is there grip out there? I don't think there is. He's off. And he's just misses Kevin Ellis Jr. But he gets back going again, and nice try, Simon, but yeah, he's back down to 7th.
He's going to come through, and he's going to take his second win of the season as Max Backham masters Belgium. He wins at Spa-Francorchamps. Jamie Fluke in second. Daniel Vensing completes the podium. We'll see you at Imola next week for round 8 of the iRacing Road Pro Series.
This is the iRacing Road Pro Series. This is round 5 of the championship. We're at Circuit of the Americas. The green flag is in the air, the green lights are on, and we're racing here. Good start from Jamie Fluke.
There's a big crash at the back. Someone lost it going on the way in.
So the order at the end of the first lap. Jamie Fluke leads Dan Benson by 0.8 of a second. Bollock Bassi in 3rd, Jalvaz in 4th, Mac Backham 5th. And that is Mac Backham through into 4th place. Jalvaz down to 5th. Job up the inside. Hard on the brakes here into one of the slowest parts of the circuit. And Sebastian Job is through as well. So Jalvaz losing 2 spots there. Bonnequy looking at the inside of Jalvaz then at the end of the back straight under braking. And he misses the corner. Shem got the DRS looking to the inside of his teammate, and he's going for it. Up the inside, into turn 12 at the end of the straight. Off goes Dan Vensing, and they're going to be careful because here comes Mac Backham. Mac Backham then has got the DRS down the front straight onto lap 12. That DRS Coanda Simsport car looking up the inside, coming from a long way back. Oh, that's close.
Mac takes a look up the inside of Wensing. Bono following him straight through. Sees the door wide open.
Wait, looking to the inside at the top of the hill. Up the inside he goes. Is Backham able to do anything about it? He goes wide at the top. Might have the inside for turn 2. He does. But he's able to swoop round the outside.
Big mistake for Mac as well. Just in the background, all over the place. Somehow managed to save the car. That's mighty impressive.
Here comes Sebastian Job. He's going to go to the outside again. Dan Benson covering the inside line. Is he going to make it this time? Job goes round the outside. And Sebastian Job is through into 4th place. Sebastian Job, Mac Backham to the first 2 cars into the pit lane, Apex Racing UK and VRS Coanda Simsport. Sebastian Job and Backham, they're coming across the line, and I think they might come out in front of Vensing. Where is he? Oh, it's close, and Sebastian Job's going to get by Dan Vensing, so that's the undercut for you there working.
slow in lap for Fluke. He's away, but clearly by Jem up and into front, long way ahead as well. 8.8 second stop for Fluke. Bono's away. It's closer than I think it is. Bono's definitely going to get Jamie as well. That 8.8 stop is hurting him.
Cianbolo Passi leads Bono Hui by 2.8 seconds. Jamie Fluke 5 seconds now behind the leader. Sebastian Job in 4th. 5th is Dan Vensing.
Late on the brakes for both drivers. I think Jem's just about going to hold on to it.
Oh, Hui's looking to the inside. He's late on the brakes. He's not going to make the corner. He locks up and goes straight on. Oh no!
They hit each other!
Backham looking up the inside, then into turn 1. That's going to be close. Oh, that's close to contact. But the inside goes Backham. And he's through. And now here comes Zhao Vaz. Oh, this is close. Here comes Vaz. He's going for it. Oh no! And off his fencing. Weiss has got the fresher rubber. Oh, and Bolobasi having to do some resolute defending there.
Jem decides not to defend it, I think, this time. He realises the game's up.
Checkered flag in the air. Bono Huis is a winner again in the iRacing Road Pro Series. His second win of the season. Second for Cianbolo Passi. Third for Jamie Fluke.
Round 8 of the iRacing Road Pro Series brings us to the picturesque Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari in Italy, otherwise known as Imola. 62 laps of Imola. Now as the green light is on, and once again it's a slightly dodgy start from Shotos. Mark Backham already goes into the lead, then can he keep it into Tamburello? It looks like he can, and Shotos almost hitting Backham.
Matt Backham already getting the jump away from the line, and Rick Shotos having to drop back into second place.
Third, Jamie Fluke. Fourth, Daniel Vensing. Fifth, Bono Huis, and Bono Huis nearly wiped out Daniel Vensing into Acqua Minerale. Fabrizio Gobbi now has a slight train behind him. Zhao Vaz has been very quick in recent races. He's right behind Gobbi now. Might have a go into Rivazza, Adam.
Gonna look at the inside, and Gobbi, oh, he knocks the brakes.
He's hit, and he hits Gobbi. Look at Buluk Bassi with the DRS, Adam. And Huis doesn't fight it. Buluk Bassi into 5th place. Oh, here comes Zhao Vaz. Zhao Vaz down the inside into Rivazza. Has he overshot his braking? He has. Oh, Vaz has overshot the braking.
It was a DRS move done on Jamie Fluke by Dan Vensing. So that is the Radicals car through in upper place. Vensing into the podium positions now. Jurgis gets past Gobbi going into Tamburello. Oh, as he goes off in Villeneuve. Oh no, Gobbi, don't do that, please. As trying to look up the inside where there was no gap at all. Bolobassi's right with Jamie Fluke, and he's got a fantastic run. Look at him go.
Into Tamburello, and through he goes and up into 4th position. So Radicals moving forward well. Bono had a massive twitch, 2 or 3 different twitches there. Just managed to save the car well. Michaels is through.
Bonavides is coming back, and he's got the move back.
Just lost the car. Maybe a wheel on the AstroTurf?
Stephen Michaels hit the curb on the entry into the Variante Alta, went into that tyre wall. Off his Ciambola Bassi, and it's the Variante Alta again. As into the pits come Chatorst.
Oh! Is that a bump?
God, tell if it was any damage to the front wing, but yeah, that was very close. Bensing trying to close up every single tenth of a second going into the pit lane. And a very slow stop for Chatorst, 7, 8.
That's the front wing, isn't it? I think he had the front wing damage. Marcus Jensen in second place.
He's made his pit stop on this last lap, so yeah, Bensing into second.
Backham's been in the pits as well then.
The order starting to become clear. Backham, Bensing, Huis, Chatorst in now 4th, and Boluk Bassi in 5th. Here comes Boluk Bassi now. This is all over the best of the rest spot now, 4th place. Here he comes. To the outside, into Tamburello.
Oh, look at that.
Chatorst late on the brakes, so.
He went off at Aqua Mineral, he lost the back end, he's going too fast. Bounced off the sausage curbs. He's going to go round the outside, he's going to go completely round the outside. Into Tamburello, Chatorst slides the car, and Boluk Bassi is through. Boluk Bassi with DRS, barely got alongside Bono Huis. Into the braking area, round the outside. That's a cracking move. Into field of Chatorst. Oh, very, very close, and Huis forces him out. Oh, Frank Chatorst. That's just a poor accident, pathetic accident really. It's now worked out great for Radicals because they're second and third. Bono Huis is well and truly out of the running for the podium in 4th place. Chatorst is still 5th. He started second, he got a fantastic start, and after mastering Belgium, he's now the maestro of Italy. It's back-to-back for Mac. Well, can he do it again at the Nürburgring? We'll see you next week. We're here for the iRacing Road Pro Series from Monza. We have 26 cars here. And the green light is on. It's a poor start. It's a terrible start from Frank Chatorst. Boluk Bassi going through into the Rettifilio for the first time. And there's already cars going across the inside curve. And somebody's off as well. Fluke into the gravel. Mac Backham very, very close to Chem. Oh, the contact there at the Parabolica. And Mac Backham and Cembalo Bassi, and suddenly how the dice roll, how the fortunes turn. But Frank Chatos, Lucas Scotch and Paschalis Jurgis now going at it. That's now for second place.
I mean, I think he got a bit of damage as well. He did. Look at his front wing, for example. Just a bit of a close shot there as we swing by. So front left wing, he did get involved in it, and it is slowing him up because the last lap he was some 0.6 of a second slower. 0.3, 0.2 of a second. Maybe a move into turn one here, late on the brakes for Jurgis, and then Reek doesn't really defend it.
Oh, he's lost it and Gotch has hit him. So maybe yet more front wing damage for Lucas Gotch. Great run by Lucas Gotch. Now he can open the DRS. Now he goes through, and Lucas Gotch leads here at Monza.
Keith Lee and Zoran once again into the first corner, side by side. Oh, both drivers nearly missed the chicane. Oh, Winston into the pits. First driver to jump in. Yeah, so that 22, pretty early.
Oh, side by side, João Vaz, Balas, Remini. Remini defending hard into the road here. Maybe too hard because João Vaz got the undercut, but he just lost a tiny bit of traction at the key point. He's going to try and go in the inside of the Lesmo. They bang wheels. Vaz is nearly around and Chatos is through. And well, that'll cheer up Friction Cost a little bit.
Not good for Lucas. Look at where he's come out, right in the middle of things here. Gurgis into the pits as well. So this could be an interesting little battle. Who's right behind him? I think that's Kevin Ellis Jr. in as well.
And here comes Marcus Jensen. Is he going to go round all of them into the chicane? Oh, and contact, I think, there.
Gotch in 21st place, back into the pits for a second time, serving what appears to be a speeding penalty, 19.7 seconds, he was stationary fourth. I'm just looking at Kevin Ellis Jr. actually up and into second place. Let's see if he has the pace to catch up Jensen, who's 1.7 clear now.
Here comes Jurgis. Jurgis is going through on Ellis into the chicane. It's a late change for second place. 2 laps to go. Paschalis Jurgis imposing his will on that position. 3 top 5 finishes so far this season. But this is the first time that he takes the victory. Marcus Jensen wins at Monza. He wins for Apex Racing UK. Paschalis Jurgis takes second place. Kevin Ellis Jr. in third place, and Mac Backham. What a story for him during this race. 4th position.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
After an intriguing first race at Interlagos, The iRacing Road Pro Series moves north this week to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. The drivers are ready. I hope you are too. Go as the green light is on at Montreal. And it's a poor start by Shottos. He's all over the place at the start. Marcus Jensen into the lead. Who's going to survive the first two corners? There's always some chaos here. Oh, there is now. There's two cars around in the middle of the field. Stephen Michaels is out. Oh, and Jensen having to defend from Shottos and getting extremely sideways. Change for the lead here into the final chicane. Shottos is through. Huis almost got his nose chopped off by Dunkel there. And that's the problem, Adam. If you make a move like that and you don't fully commit to it, you just end up with your race ending.
He might have another look at the inside of Dunkel into the hairpin. Up the inside he goes. And Dunkel makes sure that he gets him plenty of room. So yeah, Chembot followed Bassi up into 5th place now. Sebastian Job nearly losing control of the car going through the second of the chicanes.
It looks like Jem also having a move on Pash here as well. Moves himself up and into 4th place.
Oh, as Job goes wide, he may even get a slowdown for that, and he has. And Bono Huis is through into 6th place now. Backham's through. No challenge from Marcus Jensen, so Mac Backham rejuvenated and into 2nd place. And Mac Backham searching for the lead. Shottos, has he overshot the chicane? He has. Surely that's going to be a slowdown penalty, and he loses the lead to Mac Backham.
Sebastian Joe, first person to stop, has jumped Pash in the pits.
And he's going to be side by side with Bullock Bassi coming out of the pits. Who's going to get the advantage? Job's tyres are up to temperature. Wonderful passing move there by Sebastian Job. Yeah, he might be able to attack here. Oh, down the inside goes the Team Redline driver. Oh, he locks up, misses the hairpin. Can he get it straightened up in time for another attack? No, he can't.
About a second, starting to heat back up again, so 4 drivers involved in it this time.
Jensen, Shottos, Job, Bullock Bassi. Oh, Jensen's gone wide. Here comes Shottos. He's got his front axle alongside the rear of the Apex Racing car. Can he get through? Definitely a chance here into the left-hander. On the hard on the brakes, rides the curve. Don't wash out and hit the car on the outside.
Oh, he gets forced out wide. Here comes Joe.
And Bullock Bassi mustn't be far behind. Oh, Job nearly loses it. Job breaks on the grass and he loses it, and Bullock Bassi is in trouble as well. Did Huis hit him?
Jensen loses control of the car, and here comes Shottos up the inside, and it is through already. So small error on the exit of the right-hander for Jensen, and Shottos is through into 2nd.
Huis down the inside. He's someone who doesn't need any introduction. Oh, and he's very sideways coming out of the hairpin. He's all over the place, Bono Huis. Oh, and there's moving in the braking zone, Bullock Bassi. And Bullock Bassi is off. And Huis, can he capitalise? Very late defensive move. Not sure Huis is going to be that happy about that, Alex.
Job's had problems. He locked up the brakes. I don't know whether he overshot the corner.
Oh, Huis has missed his braking point. Through the middle, and he collects Job. Huis out of control. Job nearly loses it again off Huis. Huis is right on the inside into the chicane on the final lap. Can they go side by side through there? They can. Huis nearly loses the back of the car. And here comes Mac Backham to win at Montreal. Return of the Mac indeed. Started 4th, and he wins here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. 2nd place for Frick Shottos. Marcus Jensen in 3rd. Tell you what, that was a breathless race here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and a wonderful finish. final round of the 2016-17 iRacing Road Pro Series. Just a few seconds now. And for the final time in this Pro Series. And the green light is on. And once again, it's a great start by Fluke. And look at Marcus Jensen. He's going all the way through the middle. Can he take Jamie Fluke? And here comes Bolin Bassi down the inside. Into the hairpin. Off goes Scotch.
Reminick around as well. It's another one trying to get into that top 10. Jamie's concerning me right now. His connection is all over the place. Marcus has got no idea where he is.
Oh, Chatorst is around. The Team Redline driver. It's another issue for Freak Chatorst.
As here comes Jensen with DRS, and I wonder if he's going to just try and clear Fluke here and try and get out of the way. Oh, contact! Oh no! There goes Squeeze into the lead.
Gutted for Jamie right now. That's going to basically hand the championship to Mac, as long as Mac doesn't do anything silly as well.
Now back to look 4 positions now to 5th place. Bonaguise is the new leader for Redline, so they're going to be laughing in their team's feet. Well, for now anyway. Chembol at Bassi 2nd, Dan Bensing 3rd, so 2 teammates there, and Marcus Jensen are holding the fort for Apex Racing now in 4th place. Oh, Buzzes! Gee.
DRS open, it can do that. Vaz is from miles back as well. What was Vaz doing? He was never making that corner. Look at that.
Here comes Shotos. Shotos is on the inside of Michaels.
Oh,
And he made the Schumacher S work for him. Here comes Freak Shotos. He's going on the inside.
locks the brakes.
Oh, too far. Ragusa's going to fight back on the outside. Oh, barely any room there as they're inches away from disaster. Oh, and Shotos off slightly onto the runoff. Freak Shotos is through.
Yeah, great move. Ragusa tried to defend the inside, but only sort of half committed to it. Krishna's just threw it right up the inside and said, well, I'm going to leave a little bit of the door open, I'm going to take it.
Pit stops beginning then. Chemboluk Bassi, the first of the leaders to come into the pits.
Into the pits comes Wensin as well, so Jensen continues around. Jensen coming out. This is going to be close, but both drivers through.
So actually the undercut didn't work, did it?
I think there is absolutely no chance whatsoever that Mac was going to try and defend this too aggressively. Let's have a look, see how it plans out.
No need. He
What a
doesn't
good
want to
run.
risk the
No,
title.
he doesn't even attempt to defend it. There's no point. He's winning the championship right now.
Chemboluk Bassi's off, and he's hit the wall heavily, and he's sustained a ton of damage to the car.
See what Judges can do. How late on the brakes is he willing to go? Yes, it is. Through he goes. Oh, yes.
Ooh! Up the inside he goes, and is Benson going to fight back up the inside? He will, and Marcus Jensen gets a twitch on there through the exit of the hairpin. Oh, he's sliding now, Bensing.
Still side by side. Through the exit of the Mercedes arena, and that didn't work for Wensing, did it?
Up the inside goes Balog.
Oh no! Contact by Balog. Shotos might try anyway. He does to the inside. He flies through, and Freak Shotos is up into the 3rd place. Coming through then for the final time. The checkered flag is out. It's a hat trick for Huis. The 3rd win of the season. He wins here at the Nürburgring. But over the line comes the 2016-17 iRacing Road Pro Series champion. Mac Backham of the Netherlands has done it, Anna. Bono Huis won the race here tonight. Mac Backham won the championship. Bring on the 2017 iRacing.com World Championship Series. Hello everybody and welcome back to Apex Racing TV for round 4 of the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. I'm Andrew Woodhouse, and this is the Sebring circuit in Florida. I do have Sam Kumo on the cameras, so he's going to be directing all the action that you see on your screen. First race, it was a really good one actually. The half-an-hour race that we had, Will Tregurtha took victory, but it was a lot closer than what we thought it might be, judging by the qualifying times. Tregurtha was on pole by over half a second. However, when it came to the race itself, he only won by 0.8 of a second, and Petr Smialek was the man who pushed him all the way. It really, really was a good contest, especially in the late going, as Smialek saved his tyres and really started putting pressure on the British driver. Into qualifying 2 then. And Tony Kloosterman is the man with the fastest time. Kloosterman was actually battling with Tregurtha, and there was, well, I'm not going to say controversy, but definitely was a talking point. Tregurtha and Kloosterman battled through the first section of the course, and Kloosterman ended up on the wrong end of it. He dropped down, but he did pick up a good finish inside the top 10. That will do him good for his championship, where currently, or before the night's action, he did start 12th in the series. Leading the championship, I'm almost certain after that first round, will be Paul Searle. With Paul Searle or Peter Smith, I think, based on the points. There's bonus points as well available. But there are also penalty points available, and they did affect the standings quite a lot in the... especially in the after the first race meeting of the season. Some drivers losing 20 points. In some of the drivers in the top 20 places lost 20 points, and then going down as far as the drivers who were at the bottom of the table, some drivers lost 40 points in terms of penalties. So you've really got to be disciplined. You've really got to be careful, and yeah, don't go throwing away those hard-earned championship points, because not everybody scores points in this series, and yeah, don't want to throw away the ones you do have. Now we're in that little lull in the middle of qualifying again, just while the top 10 shootout is sorted out. Superpole, of course, and Tregurtha didn't take part in Superpole in Q1, so I'm sure he'll be looking to get a good lap in, take his second pole position of the evening ahead of Tony Kloosterman. I love how it does give the drivers an extra chance for glory, an extra chance to well, an extra chance to really show what they can do over a single lap. And it's much cooler out there here. 26 degrees track temperature. The cloud cover has come in here at Sebring, so we will be seeing potentially a different qualifying session. One of the things I like about the temperature changes is that different drivers come to the fore. Some drivers prefer the hotter conditions. Some absolutely love the overcast conditions where they have a little bit more grip. So it's just about who gets the feel for these tyres, and yeah, who can get the best out of it. In the break as well, we saw some highlights of the iRacing Road Pro Series. Run over 9 rounds and determined some of the grid for the 2017 iRacing.com World Championship Series. You can see here on iRacing Live, of course. And yeah, we saw some great driving from likes of Mac Backham, who's the champion. Bono Huis, of course, took home the $200,000 in Vegas. And Rick Torst with his amazing qualifying. Cembalo Bassi, Marcus Jensen, Stephen Michaels, and I'm sure I've missed a couple of people out as well, but fantastic driving there, and I look forward to seeing all of those guys in the World Championship Series. There were 10 drivers as well who did pick up pro licenses as well. So yeah, if there are any spaces on the World Championship grid, those drivers will be able to get on there and to have a race with the best in the world, try to dethrone 2016 World Champion Martin Kroenke. Qualifying 2 then is about to begin here in the European V8 Supercar Championship. Peter Smith waiting at the end of the pit lane. Behind him you've got Stephen Phillips, who's 6th at the moment. Then Jean-Philippe Boussalant, the best of the Fords. Samuel Roth, who's 9th. Rafael Kachashik in 4th position as well. Now, Raffle did have a pretty good race, even with a damaged car in the last round. We're looking to get through unscathed, potentially finish on the podium, because I think he does have the pace to do so. Farouk Manzar was impressive as well. You see him now pulling out into the main lane of the pits. Manzar started 4th in the last race, finished 3rd. Go 1 or 2 places better than this as well. I'm really excited to see just how the cooler track conditions are going to affect proceedings here. There are only 38 drivers in the session. We did have 44 in the last session, so some drivers obviously unable to make it. Quite understandable. It's quite a long evening's racing with another half an hour's practice, of course, added in. It does extend the evening somewhat. But, you know, it does give the drivers a good chance to take a good look at these conditions and really, you know, feel the way around the track. That's what a lot of them have done, setting some very, very fast times out there. And this is a bit closer in general to what the first qualifying session was earlier on tonight. Having a look as well, some of the different classes. You've got the main class, got the main category, and then you've actually got the pro category with the, I believe, the red stripes on the windscreen. Well, that's wrong, isn't it? Made a mistake already. Oh no, that is right. Pro category with the red stripes on the windscreen. And then you have the AM category drivers as well, with the other ones. Someone will tell me that that's wrong. I don't blame them really if that's the case. To be honest. As they're off in qualifying 2. Peter Smith leads the way. 203.555 was his first attempt. So he will now attempt to beat that. I don't know how fast really should go on the outlap. It seems quite fast to me. I know with the tyre model as it is, really a slow outlap is generally where you get the most benefit, but possibly the drivers are thinking, warm up the engine once more, maybe get a bit more heat into the rear tyres, I don't know. Big old V8 Supercar is very, very difficult to handle, let alone race and race quickly. I think Peter Smith can improve then. Smith from the UK and Ireland Club. Coming down the back straight now. So I think it's time to take a little on-board ride with him around the lap. And let's see what he can do in terms of trying to move up the grid. He currently lies 5th. See what sort of run he gets through Sunset Bend. Takes a very, very wide entry so he can fire the car out of there. A little bit of oversteer on the exit. So across the line, start the fast lap here at the Sebring International Circuit in Florida. Down a couple of gears, he had to go down an extra gear because he's quite wide there. Nearly made a mess of that completely, Peter Smith, but he survived. Through turn 2, bang, over the curve, bang on the right hand side again. Want to avoid the left hand curve here, it really can unsettle the car because you want to get the best traction possible as you drive towards the hairpin. This is an acceleration zone only. Braking just before the 4th cone here. Very slow hairpin. Oh, a lot of oversteer. Good catch. He's actually aborting the lap. Maybe we could go with Stephen Phillips instead then. He's not aborting his lap. 90-degree right-hander coming up. Maybe slightly tighter than that actually. Now it's a slightly faster section. You can open up the car. Then another 90 right. Opens on the exit. A little bit late on the throttle, but you can't risk it in the V8 Supercar. Great section, as we covered earlier on with Alex Simpson in the sprint race broadcast. Nice medium, the fast S's. Take as much of that left-hand side as you can, really, to open up the second to last corner. Past where the second DRS zone would be on this circuit when the iRacing Grand Prix Series arrives here. Turns in very early, hard on the brakes. Really trying to diamond off the corner here, as you would maybe, they're liking it to NASCAR, somewhere like Dover. Negotiated that pretty well over the line, 204.362 for Phillips. That's not an improvement. See if anybody else has improved. Klosterman has not. Tregurtha does not improve either. Very, very close for him. Rafael Kucharczyk has improved. He stays fourth though. Doesn't improve the position. Don't believe Boussalan put his fastest lap in to be 7th in the Ford. Dave Janssen just a couple of tenths off. Samuel Roth didn't set a time that last time round. Tobias Soltau not going quicker either. Track will be slightly warmer out there, but drivers really pushing hard. It seems to me that I don't think this track would really reward pushing hard, especially in this car. Only Klosterman's happy. I don't think he's going to go out for the rest of the session. Will Tregurtha then? Oh! Nearly loses it in the kink. And that's pretty much cooked his lap time. Jarczyk's on a lap. Peter Smith's on one as well, but he's struggling out there. Not a lot of drivers putting great laps in. Boussalan looks like he's on a decent one, but we'll see. A lot of times I've said that, and then people will pull off to the side and they've put the lap to make me look even more stupid than normal. There we negotiate Sunset Bend then in the 666 car. Boussalan. A lot of different lines, a lot of different tactics. Oh, he nearly loses it. Over the line for Boussalan. 2 tenths slower. He can't improve. Phillips didn't improve either. Manzar is in the final sector. See what Farouk can do. Takes a tighter line through the second to last corner than some. Maybe open up the track as much as a lot of the other drivers do. Oh wow. Do Sunset Bend mostly sideways over the line. Done an outlap. An outlap then for Farouk Manzar. Going to take on the International circuit again. The cone in the guardrail then. I don't know if you see that at home. This might be the fast one for Manzar. What he can do is just 2 minutes and 20 seconds left of qualifying. Hard on the brakes. Little bit of throttle just to get the car to rotate through the middle of the corner. It will plough on with no throttle. A lot of throttle, obviously you've seen what's happened. You can spin around very easily. Now Manzar through the middle sector. Beautiful flowing part of the course this, if you've got a nicely balanced car. He's struggling to control the Holden through there. He's managing to be quicker. Find out, he might get a slipstream down the back straight if he can just stay somewhere near his best. He will get a slipstream, you know. Oh, look at the corrections he's having to make as he fights to control the car. Now we will get a little bit of the slipstream. The disadvantage we've got is we've no idea what his relative split times are. Don't get given them. Through sunset. How's he going to approach this? When's he going to nail it? You've got to just put the throttle down and hope, haven't you, really, at the exit of this corner? Over the line he goes. Farouk Mansar goes. Oh, I tell you what. Very, very close indeed. And we did miss Will Tregurtha taking pole position as we were on board with Farouk Mansar, but Mansar was only 6/1000ths of a second off P2. And in the end, just 4th for him. Will Tregurtha 2:03.040. He must have nailed that lap. Just came across a few seconds there before Farouk Mansar did. Tony Klusterman is out there, but I think he's given up the ghost. What a fantastic Super Bowl session that was. Rafał Kucharczyk, is he still on a lap? It's still a fast lap. Is it a lap that could potentially challenge Will Tregurtha? Find out soon. Looks smooth, looks neat, looks quick. A lot smoother than Mansar's lap did. It looks very smooth. He's not having to correct the car at all. Got it absolutely where he wants it. Found the sweet spot in the setup. So he just has to hope that he has a good sunset bend. The first section of the lap, which we didn't see, was enough. Kucharczyk then. Through the last 2 corners in the GTL BRT team. Sliding, sliding, sliding. He needs to stay to the left. That's the shortest route. 2:03.091. He does improve, but he misses out by 0.5 of a second. And Will Tregurtha, he does the double of pole positions. But Rafał Kucharczyk was absolutely electric out there, and he nearly took it away. What a brilliant qualifying session. That's what Super Pole's all about. That's what the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship is all about as well. But I'll take you through the qualifying order then. I believe everyone has now finished the session. Will Tregurtha takes his 2nd pole position of the day, but it was not without a fight. Rafał Kucharczyk, 2:03.091, just 0.5 behind. He rounds out the front row of the grid. Tony Klusterman in 3rd. He was first after the first part of qualifying. He was a bit late arriving in the Super Pole, and maybe it cost him as he was 1/10.5 off in the end. Farouk Mansar just 0.003 of a second behind in 4th. Peter Smith in 5th, and 6th for Stephen Phillips. Jean-Philippe Boussalan in 7th. Dave Janssen 8th. 9th for Samuel Roth, and 10th for Tobias Soltau. Paul Searle was 11th, the first of the drivers to be knocked out in Q1. Victor Morjan in 12th. Sasso Prosen 13th, and John Manley in 14th. He'll be disappointed with that. He was 6th fastest in the practice session. Marcin Gadzinski, we did see him in the first race have some issues after I think he was hit by Klusterman. 15th for him. Peter Bingham 16th. Daniel Tomsic in 17th place. Mikkel Engberg in 18th, and with Jason Palmer 19th. 20th for Chris Jackson. 21st Kim Holter. 22nd for Karsten Pietschmann. Richard Brightwell 23rd. Samuel Buzin 24th. Alec Kowalski in 25th. Phil Bedford 26th. Clyde Whiting 27th. Ben Galite in 28th. Gareth Jones 29th. 30th Igor Benbick. 31st Anthony Woodward. 32nd Ronald Moons. Frank von Borstel in 33rd. 34th Robert Lundgren. Matthew Coleman in 35th. And then Martin Brandon, 36th. And then back of the grid, Petr Smalek, who almost won race 1, and Arnulf Kola, who didn't. So, what are we going to see from this second race? We have an hour around the Sebring International Circuit. Really excited for this one. We have a 1 hour race. Will require a visit to the pit lane. 75% of these fuel tanks available to these V8 Supercar drivers here. So they have to make a pit stop. Going to add another element of intrigue and excitement to this evening's racing. Do have a fast repair available as well, so if there is a crash and you're not necessarily out of the running, you may be able to get back in the race. Decent order. About ready then. Drivers are on the grid. We're only moments away from the start. Just waiting on the last couple of cars to join the grid. Then we'll be away. Tense moments at the front. We saw that Klosterman got a fantastic start in race 1. Same positions, first and third, Klosterman, Tregurtha and Klosterman. Only do this time. Not on the grid yet. When's he gonna appear? There he is. Here we go then. The revs are rising, the red lights are on. And the green light is on again at Sebring, and once again, fantastic starts by the Never Quit Racing team. Tregurtha has to defend hard into the first corner, about 5 wide behind. And yet Tregurtha was swapped off the line. And there's bumping and banging in the middle of the field, but I think everyone is okay. Everyone is through. Good driving out there. Really good driving. No casualties at the first lap. Will Tregurtha, he had to defend really, really hard, didn't he? Someone nearly loses it through the kink. I think it was Boussalan. Into the hairpin. Boussalan wide this time. Doesn't lose any places, so he's quite fortunate, really. So Stephen Phillips just behind him. Boussalan the only Ford amongst a sea of Holden Commodores. So let's see then if Klosterman and Farouk Manzar, their greater experience in the car, can make this count against Tregurtha here. We saw how he was vulnerable at the end of the race last time. I think these two need to work together, to be honest. I think if one gets past Tregurtha, I think they need to really surprise him. And he'll be racing in GT4s this season. Former Ginetta Junior driver. How great do these V8 Supercars sound? Jean-Philippe Boussalan now. Having a look on Dave Janssen. Janssen twitches in the middle of Sunset Bend. It is for 7th and 8th places. Janssen's trying actually to get that position back. I think he lost it on the start. Janssen is back through. I think we have still all the drivers. Petr Smalek did not take the start, I don't think, but I think we still have everybody else. I don't know if Sam can confirm from me, but I think we've got no retirement so far, which I think is brilliant. And there's a change for the lead. As Klosterman it's gone through on Tregurtha. I missed it on the screen, I do apologise. Peter Smith had a half spin coming out of the first sector as well. He's down to 5th. Tregurtha's trying to fight back on Klosterman. And then it's Manzar. Tregurtha looks this way and that for a way through, trying to distract Klosterman. He just more than distracted him. I think he gave him a little bump into the right-hander. Here comes Farouk Mansour, he's looking for a way past. Gertha now has to switch his focus from attack to defence. Doesn't want the defence to be breached by Mansour. Also Kachazi is in there. Mansour thought he was going to have a look up the inside. It's not an easy place to overtake into this final sector. Right, then left, then right again. Mansour's right in the slipstream. He's got a great run here. Be able to at least set him up maybe through Sunset Bend. You can overtake into turn 1. Lots of different lines. Seems to take forever to get that right as Mansour is fighting the Holden Commodore through the final corner. Got action as well in the last corner between Bith and Boussalat. Yeah, we don't think Petr Smelik did take the start. Thanks for that, Sam. Checking. Car in the pits. I have no idea who that is. I'll get back to that in a bit. Still a battle going on. Big battle. Huge battle actually between Phillips, Janssen, Soltau, Manley and Gadzinski. And then behind them all sorts is going on, frankly. Chris Jackson's in there with Tomsik and Roth. Boussalat's dropped down slightly. Tasso Prozen in the pits. So, don't know what happened to the Sassing Motorsport driver, but I'll be able to find out later on. Chris Jackson having some real trouble trying to fight off Carsten Pietschmann. Never Quit Racing. Chris Jackson. NQR. Oh, he's got damage. Look how much damage Chris Jackson's got already on the Holden. The right front is tattered and torn, battered and bruised. It looks like he's struggling with the rear of the car as well. Fantastic action. Klosterman continues to lead them right back to the front of the race. Will Gertha seems to have just shifted again his vision forwards. He's now looking to overhaul Klosterman. Great final corner. It's also a terrible one as well because it's so difficult to get right. Very, very bumpy as well. The thing about Sebring, hello, is it 2, 3, 4 wide in the background. Now it's Gadzinski and John Manley. John Manley's going through on the inside. No, he's not. The door is closed by Gadzinski. Oh, Gadzinski's made a slight error, hit the curb very hard, really slowed his momentum. And here comes Manley again. Manley's right behind Gadzinski now. See if he can have a go into the hairpin. I reckon he will. Gets close enough. Does not pull out of the... Oh, no, he thought about it. Oh, someone who did have a little look was Victor Morozon, but I don't think that's worked very well for him. So here comes Searle. And here comes also Samuel Roth. Well, they're actually putting more pressure on each other than on Morozon at the minute. Oh, Searle! Oh, he's lost it, has he? Oh, he nearly lost it. He found it again. Luckily for him. Samuel Roth, unfortunately for him, might lose a place to Boussalat. Boussalat's down in 14th place. I didn't see how he got there, but he just has some right front damage. Gadzinski is in trouble now. I think he might have had a slow down penalty. Really, really tardy off the previous corner. Searle having a look. He's not able to make it through either. What a brilliant race so far. chaotic race. That's how we like it on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Hello everybody, Andrew Woodhouse, Muli Kumar with you for the European V8 Championship, sponsored by PenPower. Presented to you here on Apex Racing TV. Good evening everybody in the UK, wherever you are in the world of course. Thanks for watching, thanks for joining us and making us a part of your Saturday evening entertainment. And what entertainment we have here at the Sebring International Raceway. Tony Klusterman, he started third, yet again got a brilliant start. In fact, both the Never Quit Racing cars, Klusterman and Farouk Manzar, got brilliant runs off the grid. Will Tregurtha of Apex Racing UK had to defend really hard to maintain his position, but a brilliant... Oh, he's gone wide! He's gone wide at the hairpin. This could be Manzar's chance now. Manzar, the Canadian, he's through. So it's a 1-2 for NQR at the minute. Tregurtha thinking about fighting back, but he doesn't have the car underneath him at this point, I don't think. Rafał Kajarzik, the GTL, he's in there as well. GTL with a strong presence in this series. Polish drivers. All very strong out there. Smalek was second in race 1. Kajarzik 9th in the championship. Gadzinski, in fact they were 10th, they were 9th, 10th and 11th in the championship coming into this race meeting, so very strong performances, very consistent, very evenly matched. About 12 minutes gone here at Sebring. I'm going to take a little breath in order to just liquidize a little bit. Well, not liquidize, hydrate, that's probably the word. And I'll let you listen to this sound of this V8 Supercars for a minute or so. Really do sound fantastic out there. V8 Supercars, the Ford Falcon and the Holden Commodore. Done a move actually for 8th place. Tobias Soltau has got through on John Manley. Soltau driving for SimSync Pro. Manley, not sure who Manley drives for actually. Manley drives for... As I try and engage brain, Slingshot. As Soltau having to defend hard into the hairpin. SimSync versus Slingshot then. Manley had a look up the inside. Sort of half a look really. He was more thinking he wants to get Tobias Soltau. Anticipating a move up the inside, maybe going a little wide himself. He wants Soltau to open the door, even just slightly, and Manley will be able to come through. The great battle going on here. His teammates fighting it out between Carsten Pietschmann and Mikkel Engberg. Not Mikkel Engberg at all. Daniel Tomsic, sorry. Tomsic is a Sassing Motorsport driver. Oh, there's a car off, and it's the 667 of Peter Bingham. So Bingham, the first casualty of an incident in this race. Unbelievably, we've had a 37 car grid. The first spinner we've had at least. There has been some contact elsewhere. Now Will Tregurtha's got the bit between his teeth. He's looking at second place once more. Gadzinski, oh, of course, Gadzinski had a bit of a moment, didn't he, of course. Busalan dropped down the order as well. Busalan, incidentally, now back up to 11th place while we're watching this lead battle. Tony Kloosterman then. And Farouk Manzar. Two Canadian drivers leading the Brit. Then a pole in 4th with Kuchazi. All condensing at the front a little bit in this V8 Supercar race. 1 hour long. 45 minutes still to go. I'm really enjoying this series on Apex Racing TV. This is the first season that's been broadcast on this channel. We're loving having the PenPower Euro V8 series here. Sort of, if you missed a little chat with Alex Simpson earlier on the broadcast of the sprint race, we were saying how, those who don't know, this was our first foray into iRacing back in 2012, the Apex Racing League V8 Supercar series. And of course, the Apex Racing League name now back is in some form as in association, of course, and helping out with the BSR Formula Renault series, which you can see on Tuesday nights, 8 PM on Apex Racing TV. Now Tregurtha's close through turn 1. He's going to have a look at the inside. Tregurtha into turn 2. Rehearsal, I think. Maybe just seeing what Manzar is going to do. Manzar's doing a great job at the moment. Drove very well in race 1. Very, very solid indeed. Now let's see if Tregurtha can have a move into the hairpin. Manzar's let on the brakes though. Nothing the Apex Racing UK car can do. As far as Kloosterman and Manzar are concerned, then that's just about fine and dandy, really. We saw this with Tregurtha though, didn't we, in race 1? That he really picked up his pace in the middle part of the event and stretched the lead slightly over Petr Smialek, and he was in the late going then. He was fading really because it looked like he was just struggling with his tyres a little bit. Interesting to see what sort of degradation Tregurtha gets, actually. I mean, it's a much cooler track out there. I don't think he's going to see a great deal, but these guys aren't going to have to pit at some point. And of course, that might be the key. Who has a good pit stop? Who puts enough fuel in? Maybe more importantly. A few races recently on our channel where a lot of cars have been stuttering over the line. In the case of Ben Hackerson earlier on at Bathurst in the Sim Racers Asia League, he didn't get across the line at all because he spun at the final corner and then tried to roll it across the line backwards, but of course it was slightly uphill finishing straight, so he couldn't make it. Not as bad as running out of fuel at Road America though, you're never going to make it there. Now Tregurtha's close, and I think this is going to be the time where he's going to at least have a big look into the hairpin. Might try and surprise Manzar, but Manzar's so late on the brakes and so smooth on the brakes as well. Really making it very difficult. And rightly so as well, that's what he's there for. Now, John Manley's dropped down slightly to 10th. It's been passed by Jean-Philippe Busalan. Really, the man who's flying the flag for Ford in the championship, Busalan, is it's now recovering nicely after that earlier mishap. I think he had a mishap possibly with Gadzinski. Would explain the damage on Gadzinski's car. Where are the battles now? Let's have a look. The main battle. There's a good battle here actually for 27th place between Matthew Coleman and Arnulf Kohler. Kohler actually started at the back, so he's having a good run. Very good run out there. Kohler, who didn't take part last week, so his first action of the European V8 Championship this season. Oh, and look at this in front. There's two cars now in front of them. That is Richard Brightwell and Igor Bembig. Now Bembig, nearly off goes Coleman, but he survives. Does lose a position to Kohler. And Coleman and Kohler. Oh, it's Bembig getting all sorts of out of shape there. No bonnet on that car. At least his cooling will be cooling margins will be quite decent. Oh, nearly lost it there. Out the second to last corner. That might be an opportunity for Richard Brightwell. Bembig carries a lot of speed into Sunset Bend. Does it very well actually this time. Didn't do the second to last corner too well. There's all sorts of damage between those two, between Brightwell and Bembig. And Brightwell is one of the few Fords out there as well, that's true. Oh, Bembig going wide. Here's the chance for Brightwell. Surely he's going to have a look at the inside. Does it? A bit flabbergasted by that, to be honest. I was certain he'd have a go. Maybe he just thinks the mistake's going to come. And actually, very shoddy through the left-hander leading onto the straight now. With Brightwell, he's too far back here. He's got to watch out for Kohler as well, Arnold Kohler. He could be of service. Oh, now then, slow car on the left-hand side. That looks like... who that is? That is Robert Lundgren, actually. Lundgren was running... oh, he's a lap down, that's right. Okay. Makes sense. Now, for the first time in this race, see the lead being stretched slightly. Tony Klosterman has 0.8 of a second. Does not sound like much. In reality, it's not. However, what it does mean is that now he is just edging away from Farouk Manzar. Will Tregertha in third. Rafael Kucharzik there. He's just 2 seconds behind in P4. Remember how close these four were in qualifying as well. Just 1/10 of a second separated pole position, Will Tregertha, fourth place, Farouk Manzar. And now, of course, the tables have turned because two drivers who started on the front row now bring up the rear of this lead battle. They don't want it to be like that for long. We haven't seen Peter Smith much either, but he is in P5. 6 seconds off the lead, so if he nearly loses the car. If he has a good run, if he plays his strategy well, he might just be able to get in the mix as well. So Robert Lundgren has been in the pits as well, so I wonder what's happened to him. Might just be the scheduled stop, as in comes Peter Bingham. We saw Bingham spinning. I think this might be useful actually. You might be able to correct the damage. Because you do get a fast repair. They'll come into the pits. You will see the car repaired. There it is. And yeah, we'll see. We'll come back to him in a bit and we'll figure out how much time he lost in the pits. Now, suddenly it's very close between the two leaders. Manzar right behind Klosterman. So I wonder if Klosterman's had a bit of a mistake somewhere. Here comes Farouk Manzar. Teammates, of course. If there's any sort of agreement here. One thing they don't want to do is fight each other too hard. that will just bring Will Tregurtha back into play and Rafał Kucharczyk. I do apologise once again. I do give anybody the opportunity. If I am butchering your name, please tell me. I will put that right for the next one. Of course, in 2 weeks' time here on Apex Racing TV, PenPower European V8 Supercar Series continues from the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari, popularly known, of course, as Imola. That will be rounds 5 and 6 of the season. You'll see that on the 11th of February here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live, of course. Oh, Manzar! He's trying very hard, nearly losing the car. These NQR cars really looking good at the end of the stint. No one's looking better at the minute than Farouk Manzar, and he's going round the outside of his teammate into this last sector, and this is bonkers. Do not want to throw away the race here. Got to give some room because Tregurtha's going to be on it like a shot. Remember, he races Ginetta Juniors, Mech Series. He knows when to take his opportunities. Again, side by side. Again, the teammates battle. Again, it rages on. This time, Farouk gets a good run out of the corner. Out Sunset Bend. Oh, there's hardly any space there. But he's up the inside. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Oh! Klosterman turns in and nearly took out Manzar. Tregurtha's through. Got to give more space than that to your teammates, surely. But they've survived it somehow. Not sure if we could get a replay of that, Sam, up on the screen, but I don't know if that was as close to disaster as I thought it was, but it was pretty hairy stuff for the two leaders. And now Will Tregurtha is in the box seat in second place. Tregurtha's nearly lost it. Here comes Klosterman. Tregurtha got too much wheel spin out of the hairpin, and now he's under real pressure from Klosterman. Tregurtha's late on the brakes this time. Great battle. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the race. Do apologise to some of the drivers a bit further down. We will try and get to you at some point. We do have half an hour's racing still to go. But what a battle we're having at the front of this race in the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. Tregurtha has a look. Oh no! He hammers Manzar. Manzar is in the over and in the grass. Klosterman now leads ahead of Kucharczyk. Tregurtha is third, but he must have severe damage. That was a real clash there, and I'm not sure if there was a move available. I have to take another look at it to be sure. In fact, I will take another look at it. See what happened. Really, the angle I had wasn't the best, so I'm going to give both drivers the benefit of the doubt until I see it again. Have a look. So Tregurtha has a look at the inside. It's just one of those, isn't it? Tregurtha tried to surprise him. It's fair play. But by the time you've realised there's a car there, think it's very difficult to get out of the way. Yeah, again, just like the first race, I think we're just going to have to see what the stewards make of it and how they will rule that incident. Okay, half distance then here at Sebring. Going to take a short break, about 1 minute, and I'll be back with you in short time. Welcome back to Sebring, here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live, the PenPower Euro V8 Championship. Now I have to apologise for I was having some technical difficulties, so I do apologise for that. So we are in the middle of the pit stop phase at the moment. Will Tregurtha, who was our second place man, has just come up behind Mikkel Engberg, who's in 8th place. Connie Kloosterman has come out in front, and that's important for Kloosterman. But also Rafał Kucharczyk then just behind, and also Farouk Manzar has had the damage repaired. So the pit stop window did come at a very good time for Manzar, because it did help repair the damage. Tregurtha swoops down the outside of the lap traffic. Very nice. Yeah, Tony Kloosterman is away. He's the length of the pitch straight ahead. So let's see. His time lost in the pits was about 46 seconds. Peter Smith's in second place then, isn't he? So Peter Smith did get out ahead of Tregurtha and Kucharczyk and Manzar. That's the advantage of the fact that they had Smith had pretty much uninterrupted first stint. We'll be loving this, the Fusion Racing driver. See whether he can find his way through the podium. A great battle in the first stint. Maybe we'll get another one here. Manzar and Kucharczyk having a look. Bit of traffic for Smith and Tregurtha. Tregurtha's trying around the outside, it's a long way around. Too far around, I think. Gonna make that one work. Racing with Will last night in the Porsche, BSR Porsche Super Cup race. That was a good 3 races. Great car that, by the way. The Porsche 911 GT3 Super Cup car. Not a traditional GT3 car. The one used in the Porsche Carrera Cup and the Porsche Super Cup. Formula 1 support races, and wonderful car, great sound. Fantastic feel when you're driving it. It'll be a fantastic feeling for Rafał Kucharczyk if he can get past Will Tregurtha. Got a good run. Tregurtha has to go defensive. Kucharczyk can have a look at the inside. Manzar, mate! You might have a look on the inside of Rafał. And Farouk will carry the momentum through turn 2. The one thing about having this slightly wider line, turn 3, sorry, that was. Having the wider line is you can just floor the throttle. Gain some ground. Once again, Apex Racing TV, iRacing Live, Andrew Woodhouse, Sam Kumo with you at Sebring International Circuit in Florida. The PenPower Euro V8 Series. Second week of covering this championship here on Apex Racing TV. We do love it already. Man who's loving it out there at the minute actually is Tobias Soltau, because he's leading some laps. Qualified 10th, was running in and around the back end of the top 10 in the Holden. Bright yellow car. Yeah, leading some laps out there. Doing a pretty good job. We did have a slow lap last time around, 2:13. What on earth happened to him? I'm not sure. Yeah, he did have a slow lap, so that means he's going to come out probably ahead of Stephen Phillips, I would imagine. He's actually battling with Jean-Philippe Bousselin. This is a good battle. Got 8th and 9th. Soltau pits. Klosterman does inherit the lead. Get the lead back. Worked out brilliantly for Smith. Now this is Bousselin and Phillips. And these two are side by side into Sunset Bend. Phillips has got slightly more straight line speed. Bousselin might have potentially a little bit more grip. He's on the very, very tight line. Much shorter run. See if Phillips can get the drive out of the corner, and he can't stay alongside him. Might be able to draw alongside into the first corner. Oh, is Bousselin going to turn across? Oh, he's hit the wall. Phillips has hit the wall. Bousselin crowded him towards the apex of the corner. I think Phillips should have realised that wasn't going to happen. I don't know, it might be a little bit harsh. Strong driving from Bousselin, but that gap was always going to close, really. Phillips only a tiny misjudgment into the wall, but it was enough. Who's that with no bonnet just in front of them? Arnulf Kohler has lost his lid. Found in 35th place, actually. Well, since we saw him last, he was battling it out for about 27th, 28th place. At the moment, had some changes of position as well. Gareth Jones is dropping down the order. Unless he's been in the pits, he might have actually been. I think he's been in the pits actually. As I think as Von Borstel and Brandon. Now, Tregurtha catching Peter Smith. Can you make the move? That's the question. Can Smith defend? Driving really, really well, Smith. What I want to see is what's going to happen when Farouk Manzar gets back to Will Tregurtha, because there could be some real fireworks there. Falka Charzik not having his greatest stint as he did in the first one. Dropping off the back of this group really now. 10.8 seconds off the lead. 3 seconds behind Peter Smith. Very much in the position that Smith himself found himself in stint 1. To the hairpin. Lowest corner on the course. No problems negotiating that for our leaders. Well, cases really. Tony Klosterman is leading. Don't know what he did in the pits, but really did help him out. It's 8.2 seconds he leads by. But I just wonder, you know, just taking a page out of good friend Alex Simpson's book, has he put enough fuel in? Because he's gained so much time in the pits. I wonder if he might be all a bit light in the old motion lotion. See. Now, Peter Smith having to go really defensive. He's almost against the wall on the inside there. Well, not quite, but I thought that's where Tregurtha was going to end up going. Tregurtha likes that outside line in Sunset. Problem is, though, can't really carry the speed for the exit. Or can you? No, he can't. Smith's going to have to stay. He's going to have to stay far over to the inside. Use all the track. Good defending. Goethe's got to go the long way around. That's not always the best way. And he nearly lost it. And nearly into Manzar again. And I don't think... Oh, bash! Manzar into the rear quarter panel. No quarter given. But maybe a quarter panel taken by Farouk Manzar. Told you that would come to blows, and it did. Seconds out, gents. Round 3, maybe. Will there be a knockout blow? Luckily, in iRacing we have no judges, although we do have stewards. Might take a dim view of the contact earlier. I would, I'll be honest, if I was a steward. I would have taken a dim view on that. Problem is, I wouldn't have known exactly whose fault it was. I'm leaning towards Tregurtha's fault, to be honest, but just because I think there wasn't much time for Manzar to react to the earlier move. Billy continues to press and harry and hound Will Tregurtha does Farouk Manzar. Through the second to last corner. Bit of traffic. It looks like a Fusion Motorsports car, and it is. Tregurtha's going the long way around the back marker. Manzar's going the other way around. It's like Hakkinen and Schumacher all those years ago. And they very nearly hit each other again, and this time Manzar runs very close to the rear end of Will Tregurtha. Through Sunset Bend again, it's very bumpy on the inside. Manzar gets a good. Maybe it's time for the Canadian to show his strength. Right under the rear wing now. Tregurtha's had a slight tendency to run a bit wide on the exit of turn 1, but this time the British driver holds his ground. Manzar again, edging in inexorably, almost losing it on the curve. They've got the slipstream then. Fantastic racing. So close, so tense, especially given what's happened already in this race between these two. Going to come out on top in this battle, as that's Lundgren again. I think that might just be it for him. Parked out to the right hand side. Tony Klusterman leads by 7.2. Last time around Peter Smith was a second faster, but look at the traffic that Klusterman's had to negotiate. Igor Bembik is in there, I think. Frank von Borstel. This battle for second is just really intriguing. Smith, Tregurtha, Manzar. Still, you can't count out Rafał Kucharczyk in 5th place, 9.9 seconds off the lead. Manzar again having a good final sector. Runs a bit wide at Sunset Bend. Maybe trying a different approach. Seeing what momentum he can generate from the outside line. Will be the marbles out there though at this stage of the race as well. Tregurtha now once again closes in on Smith. Smith might be having to watch his mirrors. He'll be having to defend, but he'll also have to watch what's happening in front of him, because there is a battle between lap cars. It's the one that Tony Klusterman has negotiated. This is where it could get interesting, because all it takes is one misstep getting through this traffic. Not like lapping traffic in multi-class racing, where you're going to be quicker and they're going to get out of the way. These are evenly matched cars. There is a Fusion Motorsports car in there as well. I mean, look, we're perfectly honest with you. Why not employ some team tactics at this point? Oh, hello. Off. Off goes Gareth Jones. As he was letting his teammate through, oh, he decided to let them all through in the most gentlemanly way as possible, and that's to spin off the course. Peter Smith then trying to get past back marker sure who that was. It's Anthony Woodward. Once again then. Smith versus Tregurtha. This is hurting Manzar. But Woodward can't just vanish. Now it means Kucharzik is back in the reckoning. 10 minutes to go then here at the Sebring International Circuit in Florida. The PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. Oh, get out the way. Come on, you've got to get out the way of the leaders. Really have to. Smith versus Tregurtha again. Smith slides the car. He's going to have to go defensive here. This is his only chance of maintaining this position. And he does. Really nicely judged. It's hard. It's so difficult to brake in this V8 Supercar. Brake effectively, rotate the car as well. Smith now defends the inside early on, making it impossible for Tregurtha to prise the door open. Great defensive driving by Peter Smith. I'm sure Fusion Motorsports bosses are going to be extremely happy. Now their man's performing, but he goes wide this time. Here goes Tregurtha. Here comes Manzar as well, trying to pile on the pain and the pressure. They are slowly catching Klosterman, only by a couple of tenths a lap. What can Smith do to get back to Tregurtha? Can he do anything? And if he's slightly losing the tyres a bit. Here comes Farouk Manzar again. He closes in. He's going to try to navigate away round Peter Smith. Through Sunset Bend, he might have the opportunity. On the inside. Might be his only opportunity to get through if he wants this second place. Gonna have to pass Smith quickly if he can. We saw how difficult it was for Tregurtha. Manzar's had a good turn one. Smith twitches about a little bit. Manzar has to stay in line, but again, Tregurtha not too quick through the first couple of corners. Smith now comes back. The great battle, a great contest, punch and counter punch. Oh, I thought Smith was going to have a look at the inside there. Not quite into the hairpin. Once again, apologies to most of the rest of the field, but this is a great battle. I make no apologies almost for focusing on it. Great stuff going on. Such a tense contest. I didn't look away from it. Right, I think it's safe for now. I'm going to have a quick look at the battle between... There was a battle going on, I've just lost it. Ah, there it is. Clyde Whiting and Jason Palmer for 17th and 18th. Two Fords. These two are fighting it out. They're heading towards the hairpin. Nothing doing there, so back to the front. Smith this time closes. Now he's the chasing driver. He seems to have found his rhythm again. Some drivers prefer chasing, some drivers prefer leading from the front. I don't think I prefer anything in this V8 Supercar. It's very difficult to drive, as proved by these leaders here. Goethe takes that wide line through these slower bends in the early part of the lap. Oh, Smith once again just twitches the car. He's very close now. He's just feet away from the rear end of that Apex Racing UK Holden. Goethe may have to defend here. I think Smith's made up his mind. Gonna have a look, is he? Mansar very late on the brakes as well, almost clipping the back of Smith's car. 5 minutes to go, 4.5. Tony Kloosterman, surely he's going to win the race. He just needs to finish now. It's all about this battle for second. Whether the stewards are going to affect that result or not, I don't know. I would imagine there'd be something said, at the very least. What a great scrap we're having here. The PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse and Sam Kumo bringing you live coverage of the feature race in the last 5 minutes of action. What a race we've had. You'd be forgiven for thinking this is the battle for the lead. It's not. It's the battle for P2, 3, 4 and 5. You can see them all in your shot here. Will Goethe, Peter Smith, Farouk Manzar and Rafael Kaczarczyk. Very close now. It's funny because when Smith was in front of Goethe, it looked like it was only a matter of time for Will, but now that Will's in front, it looks like only a matter of time for Peter. Negotiate turn 1 again, lap 27. One of the best battles for the podium place I've ever seen, really. Oh, and Smith having a look up the inside, but not quite this time. It's almost impossible to overtake in the first sort of turns 3 and 4 and 5 when the opposition gets their braking right and gets the line right. Here comes Smith. Have to have a lunch soon. He's running out of time. He wants that second place. I mean, it is about the championship points as well. You don't want to go throwing away points, especially when Peter Smith could very likely lead this meeting with the championship lead, even by staying where he is. Which is around under braking again. Goethe's to lose the tyres now, I think, as well. Smith really struggling, and here comes Manzar again. He's had a quiet couple of laps as the Canadian. Who's going to blink first then? Going to make a mistake. Going to cave into the pressure. The pressure is high. Will Goethe, Apex Racing UK. Peter Smith, Fusion Racing. Farouk Manzar of Never Quit Racing. None of these three men have quit. And you see that GTL's Rafael Kaczarczyk not too far behind as well. Smith's car is twitching all over the place. He really is on the edge of adhesion. His tyres are starting to just give up the ghost a little bit. Only 2 laps to go, I reckon. Might be the final lap, I'm not too sure. We get again with the timed races, we'll see. We did see Sim Racers Asia race earlier on Apex Racing TV where time had run out and they still made them do an extra lap, even though they crossed the line after the time ran out. Here we go then, Goethe having to go defensive into the hairpin. Oh, it's the contact at Manzar! Manzar might be able to sneak through! Light contact between Goethe and Smith! And Farouk Manzar! round the outside. And now he's down the inside. Can he stop the car? Can he get it turned in? And he has. That could be the heist of the century from Manzar. What could be the final lap? He might have landed the final blow in this contest, but it's not over just yet. Ultragertha will not give up. These two have already come to blows a couple of times in this race. Peter Smith, he's shown he won't give up. He's shown he won't quit. Now Tregertha's the one who struggles out of the final corner. Second to last corner, I beg your pardon. Klusterman's coming through Sunset Bend. Not going to be the checkered flag for him this time. It's going to be the white flag that flies here at Sebring. 5.95 kilometres to go for Klusterman. Smith is so close to Tregertha. Oh, Manzar is a little bit wide. Almost opened the door for Tregertha, but here comes Peter Smith again. Smith doesn't want to lunge up the inside, he doesn't want to do anything silly. Manzar having pulled off that double overtake. We just wanted to keep it clean for the final lap now. Tregertha is so quick and he's a racer. True racer. And they'll get it stopped into the hairpin for the final time. They do. Tregertha's a little sideways through there. Survives it. For the first time in a while, a little bit of calm now sets in. How good has this race been? Tell you what, if you've just joined us late, go back and watch it all because it's been fantastic. I think this is one of my favourite races I've ever been a part of here on Apex Racing TV. Might be one of the best races that Tony Klusterman's ever been a part of. Because he's only got 2 corners to go. We haven't seen the checkered flag yet. Traffic immediately in front of him. Is the checkered flag going to come out, or will they have to do it one more time? No. The checkered flag is out. And it flies for Tony Klusterman. He wins at Sebring. And it should be Manzar. It is Manzar. Comes across and finishes in second place after the most titanic of battles that you will ever see on iRacing. Wonderful skills and a brilliant race. Fantastic by all 4 men involved there. Who's going to get P6 though? It's going to be Tobias Soltau, and his strategy played out excellently, really did. Was inside the top 10 anyway. By going longer, he got the clear air, he got some good lap times in, and that's rewarded by 6th place. Stephen Phillips comes across in P7. Brilliant from him as well. Huselan, great recovery. Now, they're still fighting out there. Clyde Whiting, we mentioned this battle. Whiting and Palmer. These two are still going at it. It's just a straight to go, and Sunset Bend. 3 Fords in the line. You've also got Sasso Prozen in there as well. Oh, and Palmer twitching away. Prozen's trying the outside line. He might be able to get the cutback of all cutbacks here. If he can fire it out the last corner and not lose it, he's got a chance, but I don't think he's going to make it. It's going to be Whiting, and then Palmer, and then Prozen. They were still battling. 1 minute and 30 odd seconds off the pace. Well, well, well. What a fantastic, fantastic race. Gonna be honest with you, that's one of the best I've ever seen. I loved it. Loved it completely. If only that battle was for the win, then that's maybe the only thing that could have made it even more epic. But one man who'll be very happy that it wasn't for the win is the man who took the checkered flag, Tony Kloosterman. Winner by 7.5 seconds from Farouk Manzar. Will Tregurtha right on his bumper at the end. Peter Smith in 4th and Rafael Kucharczyk in 5th place. Tobias Soltau in 6th. Stephen Phillips 7th and Jean-Philippe Bousselan in 8th. Dave Janssen was 9th with Martin Gadzinski in 10th. Daniel Tomsic in 11th. 12th for Chris Jackson. 13th Paul Searle. Samuel Buzin in 14th. 15th Clyde Whiting. 16th Jason Palmer and 17th Sasso Prosen. We saw that battle. Those three separated by just 0.3 of a second. Carsten Pichman in 18th with Samuel Roth in 19th. 20th Kim Holter. 21st Victor Morozov. 22nd Alex Kowalski. Richard Brightwell 23rd. And then the lapped cars, the cars 1 lap down or more. Phil Bedford, Ben Gelight, Mikkel Engberg, Peter Bingham, Matthew Coleman, Gareth Jones, Frank von Borstel, Anthony Woodward, Ronald Moons, Martin Brandon, and in 34th place Arnulf Kohler, Igor Bembik in 35th, Robert Lundgren in 36th, and John Manley in 37th, and Peter Smelik did not take the start. Right then everybody, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. It's been wonderful to be with you on this Saturday evening here on Apex Racing TV. Join us back here for more Euro V8 Supercar action on Saturday the 11th of February at 6 PM, where we will be in Imola in Italy. So join us there for that. Right now, live on Apex Racing TV on the other side, we have got the BSR Kia Cup. Our very own Alex Simpson taking you through that one. And well, it's been an absolutely brilliant race here at Sebring. This historic track continues to throw up some excellent racing, and we've seen, I think, an all-time classic here tonight. Thank you everybody for watching. I've been Andrew Woodhouse. Sam Kumo has provided you with the pictures, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time from Imola. It's Tony Kloosterman who takes victory here.